Tensions in the South China Sea escalate as China and the Philippines lock horns in a sea skirmish at the Second Thomas Shoal. The sea, known for its strategic significance and rich resources, once again becomes the stage for a brewing storm of territorial disputes. The recent skirmish paints a stark picture of the escalating tensions. Chinese Coast Guard vessels have ramped up their aggression, blocking access to areas claimed by Manila with an unwavering resolve. This assertive stance is a clear reflection of China's territorial ambitions in the region, causing ripples of concern among neighboring countries. But the incident didn't stop at mere blockades. It took a more alarming turn when Chinese personnel rammed and boarded Philippine naval boats. The audacity of this act, akin to the bold moves of pirates, has sent shockwaves throughout the international community. The Philippines, on the other hand, has been caught in a challenging predicament. While its naval forces were subjected to boarding, their firearms were confiscated and equipment damaged. This violation has not only fueled the flames of the dispute, but has also prompted a review of the Philippines' protocol of not handling firearms to prevent escalation. The skirmish, however, isn't an isolated incident. It's a part of the larger tapestry of territorial disputes in the South China Sea, where conflicting claims have long been a source of friction. China, asserting its sovereignty based on the controversial 9-dash line, continues to face opposition, with a 2016 ruling invalidating this claim. The sea skirmish has undoubtedly raised concerns of a potential full-blown conflict. The escalating tensions and China's increasing assertiveness have set the stage for a geopolitical drama that unfolds in the vast expanse of the South China Sea. As the world watches with bated breath, the question remains, where do we go from here? In the wake of the sea skirmish, the United States has found itself in a delicate position. Standing at the crossroads of international diplomacy and military strategy, the U.S. is grappling with its role in the escalating tensions in the South China Sea. Joint maritime exercises have been planned between the United States and the Philippines, a move that signals the strengthening of their military alliance. These exercises are not solely about flexing military muscle, but about demonstrating a unified front, a tangible embodiment of the mutual defense treaty binding the two nations. Parallel to this show of force, the United States has also expressed unwavering support for the Philippines, condemning China's aggressive actions. This support extends beyond mere verbal solidarity. The U.S. is considering an appropriate response to the situation, one that balances the need for deterrence with the imperative of avoiding further escalation. The tensions have also sparked calls for the U.S. to directly assist in the Filipino resupply missions to the Sierra Madre. These missions are a critical assertion of the Philippines' sovereignty and rights over the contested area. By supporting these missions, the U.S. would be making a powerful statement, not just to China, but to the international community at large. Yet with great power comes great responsibility. The invocation of the Mutual Defense Treaty, which would compel the U.S. to come to the Philippines' aid in case of a lethal attack, is a double-edged sword. While it could deter further Chinese aggression, it could also inadvertently tip the scales towards a full-blown conflict. Therefore, any U.S. involvement would require a request from the Philippines, underscoring Manila's sovereignty in the region. The United States' involvement is pivotal, not only in the context of this dispute, but also in the larger geopolitical landscape of the South China Sea. The Philippines, on the other hand, has been vocal in its condemnation of China's aggressive actions. Caught in a turbulent sea of territorial disputes, the Philippines has chosen to navigate these choppy waters with a clear and resounding voice. Manila has not shied away from expressing its disapproval of China's actions, denouncing them as both aggressive and illegal. This stance is not merely words, but a reflection of the country's desire to uphold its territorial integrity and sovereignty. Yet, while the Philippines is firm in its condemnation, it also understands the importance of dialogue in conflict resolution. The country is actively seeking avenues for discussion to lower the rising tensions in the South China Sea. This dual approach of strong opposition and diplomatic engagement reveals a nuanced strategy that Manila is employing in this delicate geopolitical dance. Further demonstrating its resolve, the Philippines has plans to conduct another resupply mission to the Sierra Madre. This move comes despite the increasing aggression from Chinese Coast Guard vessels in blocking access to the area. The planned resupply mission is a clear signal of the Philippines' intention to maintain its presence and assert its claims in the disputed region. However, this move is not without risks. The situation has prompted calls for the United States to directly support the resupply missions, adding another layer of complexity to the unfolding scenario. The possibility of invoking the Mutual Defense Treaty in case of a lethal attack on Philippine military personnel is also on the table. But any U.S. involvement would require a formal request from the Philippines, underscoring Manila's intent to demonstrate its sovereignty in the region. The Philippines' response is a testament to its determination to uphold its territorial rights, even in the face of escalating tensions. As we watch this situation continue to unfold, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution to this sea skirmish. The sea skirmish has not just impacted the involved parties, but has also sent shockwaves throughout the international community. The maritime clash in the South China Sea has sparked a global outcry, drawing the attention of nations far beyond the immediate region. The United States has been particularly vocal, lodging diplomatic protests against China's assertive actions. The U.S. stance reflects a broader international unease over the escalating tensions, and the potential for this local conflict to morph into a larger, more dangerous standoff. Neighboring countries in the region have also voiced their concerns. This incident has caused a ripple effect, raising fears about the stability and security of the South China Sea, a vital international waterway. The assertiveness displayed by the Chinese Coast Guard has left these nations questioning the safety of their own maritime boundaries and the integrity of international law. The incident has also drawn international condemnation. Across the globe, voices have been raised against the aggressive actions of the Chinese Coast Guard, calling for a stronger response to deter such behavior. The boarding and confiscation of firearms from the Philippine vessels were seen as a direct assault on the Philippines' sovereignty, triggering calls for justice and compensation. In the wake of the sea skirmish, the international community's focus has been drawn to the Mutual Defense Treaty between the Philippines and the U.S. This treaty, a cornerstone of the Philippines' defense policy, stipulates that an attack on one is an attack on both. The incident has prompted discussions about invoking this treaty, raising the stakes of the conflict, and highlighting the potential for a significant escalation. However, the international community's reaction goes beyond mere condemnation and concern. It underscores the broader implications of this conflict, reflecting an understanding that a peaceful diplomatic resolution is crucial. This is not just about a sea skirmish between the Philippines and China. It's about the respect for international law, the preservation of peace and stability in the region, and the prevention of a potential international conflict. The international community's reaction underscores the broader implications of this conflict and the urgent need for a peaceful resolution. In the midst of escalating tensions, efforts are underway to de-escalate the situation and prevent any further conflict. The United States and the Philippines are at the forefront of these efforts, working tirelessly to defuse the potentially explosive scenario that has been brewing in the South China Sea. Manila, for its part, is not only condemning China's aggressive moves, but is also actively seeking dialogue to lower tensions. This approach signifies a delicate balance between asserting the Philippines' sovereignty and maintaining peace in the region. It's a tightrope walk, but Manila's commitment to pursuing diplomatic avenues is commendable. On the other side of the Pacific, the United States is also playing a crucial role in the de-escalation process. Expressing support for the Philippines, the U.S. is considering an appropriate response to the situation. This response, however, isn't about escalating the conflict, but about supporting a key ally and maintaining stability in the region. In addition to diplomatic talks, there's also a consideration to enhance deterrence measures. This may involve joint maritime exercises between the U.S. and the Philippines, an act that could send a strong message to China. However, it's important to stress that these measures are not intended to provoke, but rather to deter further escalation. Despite the increasing pressure, both the US and the Philippines are taking steps to avoid escalating tensions with China. This includes plans for another resupply mission to the Sierra Madre, with the US closely monitoring the situation. It's a delicate operation, one that needs to be handled with utmost caution to avoid sparking off a larger conflict. The path forward is challenging, but with concerted efforts towards dialogue and de-escalation, there is hope for a peaceful resolution to the South China Sea dispute. It's a long road ahead, filled with diplomatic hurdles and potential setbacks, but the goal remains clear and worth striving for: peace and stability in the South China Sea. Don't miss out on future explorations and discoveries. Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with our new content. Your journey of wonder continues with every video. Stay connected and engaged on social media. Continue the conversation, follow us. Thank you for being a part of the Have You Ever Wondered community. Keep wondering, keep discovering. Until next time.